the Speaker of Parliament. Okay. Sorry. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Vice President, the Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Prime Minister, Secretary General of NRM, and Honorable Ministers, as well as Honorable colleagues, members. The responsibility I have here is very simple. It is like when a father tells you to welcome his visitors at his home. So I take this honor, Your Excellency, because this is a presidential state lodge. First of all, thank you for welcoming us and for the hospitality, for everything that you have really sacrificed as far as the country is concerned. And we are definitely very humbled, and we take you as our example for us who are coming into leadership. Do not mind about issues of protocol, because for us from academia, learning is part of our everyday life. And I can assure you in a very short time we shall be very clear as far as protocols are concerned. So, Your Excellency, I'm Professor Wilbur Manyisa Ahebwa. I resigned from Makerere University to participate in politics. And I'm one of those few people who joined the politics particularly to serve this nation. I had a good job, which I left particularly because I wanted to serve. I shifted to this area 20 years ago, and I realized that there were some of the few issues which needed some leadership fixing. And I want to bring it to your attention that I really saw the thirst of our people because they needed a service. And I could not resist their request that I come in and play that role. Your Excellency, I want to report to you that this is a constituency that gave you 99% of votes. We had a few elements of noob in Ngoma, but I want to thank the Deputy, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, because we cooperated with the Deputy Secretary General of NRM and were able to handle those people, we harnessed them, and were pure NRM in this area. I also want to thank my comrades from Nakaseke district. We have got here the MP of Nakaseke South, because we are working together. Please stand up for recognition. We have got Honorable Chof also for Nakaseke Central. Your Excellency, Honorable Najuma is not around. She lost a father yesterday, who was also one of the fighters, and Major Serunjoji. We buried him yesterday. Your Excellency, I want to also take this opportunity to thank the Secretary General of NRM and his team. Really, some of us who are newcomers in politics, we have found NRM very, very organized from the start of our campaign period up to today. So there is something that is really clear as far as leadership is concerned, and campaign period up to today. So there is something that is really clear as far as leadership is concerned, and it is a place that is located in between either rivers and wetlands. So I want to thank you, Excellency, that I think not even 10 years ago, connecting to this area was a bit very been engaged in commercial agriculture. Constitute about 5%. Then we have got people constitute about 5%. Then we have got people in these small business trading centers. Then we have got people in these small business trading centers about the area. and we formed an association called Greater Ngoma Development Foundation, which was aimed at community mobilization, particularly aimed at unity in diversity, but also causing mindset change and causing enhanced productivity. And I did that because over 20 years I've been a technical advisor of government. So behind the scenes, we are the people behind the Vision 2040 and National Development Plan 1 to 4. So I wanted to practice to see if what we write there can happen here. Your Excellency, I'm happy to tell you that in the 4 years we have been able to hold 40% of our programs. They have taken that program of setting up field almost more than 60% of Nakaseke district. So we have large-scale lands who need these structures. Then we have done farmers and revived cooperatives and formed Greater Ngoma Farmers Union. That means in a month we could go to about 6 million. Now when you factor in the milk that can come from Bururi using the bridge you constructed from Masindi to Junjuga, we think that we are ripe for setting up a factory. Mbarara has more factories, and yet we are also number 2 after Mbarara in terms of milk production. And that would help us to add value. Now, we are ready as farmers in this union for money which people access so that we avoid money lenders who charge exorbitant rates. And we think if government can come in also to support, we can be happy about that in terms of capitalization. We have formed Greater Ngoma Women Network, particularly mobilization of women. These women right now have gone into productivity. They have set up cottage. They have gone into cottage industry, production of yogurt. Some are getting into, production of mgamba and other things of that nature, cheese production and adding value. But these women need serious skilling, and we request that through your office we could have a skilling hub, particularly which is needs oriented, that we address the needs of these women. We have the Ngoma Ghetto Network, and this one particularly will mobilize these people in towns, real low income earners. Some of them are not even able to benefit from PDM program because they do not have definite addresses. And these are people who have been disturbing going in loop, Your Excellency. So through this ghetto network, what we did was to secure some chicks for them, and they have done very well. So we think we can still use this network, and we're able to mobilize those people of that category. In education sector, we are mobilizing people, send their kids to school, particularly the girl children, so that they don't, marry off children who are below age. And in this category, improve skilling of those who cannot go further formal education. But Your Excellency, I want to report to you that in the whole constituency, we do not have any A-level school. So when the kids reach O-level, finish, they are taken to Ruero, taken to Kampala. Those who cannot manage always get out of school. There is no city school in Chinoni sub-county. I'm almost finalizing as per the government policy. And when I was passing at Charuguru, the Reverend reminded me that please, when you get a chance to speak, remind the President that he stopped at Charuguru and he pledged to build a school there. Because Charuguru is one of the very expanding towns we have right now with a population low class population, yet the nearest school for the parish is located in Nyakarongo, which is about 9 kilometers away. Your Excellency, in Nakaseke district, we have got very huge parishes. So even when you have one school there, sometimes people have to walk 20 kilometers to get that school. So it becomes very difficult. So we had got some donors for an additional order. We shall simply follow up with the Ministry of Works so that your presidential directive is fulfilled. But one thing I have to say is that this road is not simply a political road. It is an economic road because this is a shorter route to Makshon Falls. And this is a road, if it is worked on. Right now in tourism, we are promoting my segment. So most of the people who come for conferences and stay for about 4 days in Kampala want something they can do in 2 days. They go to Jinja, they go to Entebbe. We could attract them to this side. Right now, the land issues, there is no eviction that has taken place in the last 3 years. And particularly, Mzee Kavij sent me to thank you for coming to his rescue when it comes to land. But then we request that there is an investigation in and God bless Your Excellency, God bless all the leaders, and God bless Your Excellency, God bless all the leaders of government of Uganda, so that we continue serving and will cause that necessary transformation in our country. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for Professor Wilbur Ahebwa. Your Excellency, Professor Wilbur Ahebwa wanted to join politics in 2020. I told him, no, you don't have space. But you can see it's so useful. It reminds me that if Muzee is coming to your constituencies, have some fingertip information. Because you can see, protocol, he did not perform well. But because he's coming from academia. But you can see the substance he has. And there are very many, Your Excellency, who have come from academia and joined parliament. I know there's my brother Kabasa here from University Council, Dr. Wakida. There are so many. That does not demean our parliament. People tend to demean our parliament, even some of you politicians, that the parliament is hopeless. But with all these brains, how do you call your own parliament hopeless? You want to take yourself to school maybe to define the word hopeless. So I think this mandate I've been given runs for 45 minutes. But I must use it maximally. Members of the academia, don't leave politics, join also. The academia is here, the echelons are leading parliament. Big people in the government, what do you tell me? 40 years of success. Why not? Your Excellency, there's a poem. The Secretary General told me that he has read the wordings of the poem. So members who are going to give this poem, could you come and give? Because let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, before you give something out, you must understand what is going to be done. That's why I asked, what is this poem about, before I call it to the podium. So members who are going to present this poem, could you fast track your movement here so that you present the poem and like one in Kisoko Boys in our primary school, you give a summary of the poem in one sentence, and then you present the poem. Gen Zs. Even His Excellency was a Gen Z. So come and present your poem.
Come in. Come close. Come close. Come close. You hold it, Mama. You hold it. Hold it. Don't take it. You. You don't. It's mismatching actually. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, we go.
O fountain of honor, a son of the soil, steadfast and strong, you have led your vision your whole life.
Through trials and triumph,
You have stood your ground,
a guardian of peace,
where hope is found.
with wisdom and courage.
You
have shaped the way. Visionary leader,
a strategic thinker,
statesman, liberation hero,
Pan-Africanist,
a champion of peace,
the architect of a new Uganda,
defender of national sovereignty,
builder of infrastructure,
and driver of economic transformation.
may you seize you upon you. May you be with guidance. Long live His Excellency. Long live NRM. Long live Uganda.
NRM!
Oi!
NRM!
Oi!
Abazukuloy!
Oi!
Daniel break.
Oye.
Daniel
Oye. Asante.
Wewe. Another round of applause, please. Wewe.
By recognizing you as our chairman and advisor and founding father. Thank you so much. And he is the president-elect of the Republic of Uganda. He is the president-elect of the Republic of Uganda. We have amidst us Honorable Deputy Speaker of Parliament, who is also a member of the Central Executive Committee. We have the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Robina Nabanja. She's a member of SEC and also a Prime Minister. Your Excellency, we have the regional vice chairperson of the party. The party is structured in a way that we have top national leaders and regional vice chairpersons and a league chairpersons and the other members that are in SEC due to their offices and nomination by the chairman. We have Honorable Loki John Baptist representing Karamoja. We have Honorable Echodo Calvin representing Eastern Region. Among the league chairpersons, we have Honorable Aji Basaja Balaba representing the entrepreneurs. We have Honorable Adrian Kobusinje representing the women of Uganda. We have Honorable Tanga Collins representing all the youth, representing persons with disabilities. And of course, we have Dr. Tanga Odoe, who is a member of SEC. We have Honorable Arenaitwe Rakajara representing the workers. Your Excellency, allow me also to recognize my colleagues at the party head office. I have not forgotten you, but I have not yet been informed that you are a member of SEC. But I recognize you as the third Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda. The Director of Finance and Administration, Ajat Medina Ozele Naham. I recognize Honorable Dombo Emmanuel, the Director of Media and Public Relations. I recognize Honorable Enoch Barata, our Director of Legal Services. Major Awich Paula escorted our visiting Secretary General from UDA. He is not here with us, but he was also in attendance. I recognize Major Okwi Raboni, the Director of Youth and Institutions, and was also in attendance. I recognize Major, and from the Commissioner with the NRM Electoral Commission, Honorable Zaitun Druaru, a Commissioner with the NRM Electoral Commission, and Honorable Ambassador Major Retired James Chinobe, a member of the Commission. And all the staffs from the party head office, if you are there, wherever you are, please stand up for recognition. Thank you for supporting the arrangement. Your Excellency, allow me to thank you for always standing with us and standing with the party and providing this kind of opportunity where we sit and share ideas and intercede with one another. The party at the top level would always need intercession, where minds meet to agree on solutions and opinions that we can use to lead this country. We thank you so much for always calling members for a retreat, and I pray that you as party leaders in your district, in various capacities in your districts, you should find it possible to call the district leaders of the party for a meeting once in a while. By our constitution, you are constituency chairpersons. So find it within your time that once in a while you call leaders of your constituency, of your district, to interact with one another and get to know the problems of your districts. I thank all the senior leaders that kept with us from the beginning of the retreat up to now. We were waking you very early in the morning. Some of you were running with us. Some of you were dodging. Others would peep from the windows. I would see you. But nevertheless, we were all together in spirit. I thank in particular the elderly MPs. Mama Venjina, wherever you are, please may you rise up for recognition. And all the elderly members of Parliament, please stand up. We'd like to recognize you. Tom Alero Aza, you are not among that league. We thank you because you always found time in the evening to walk a bit. And that is what the retreat was all about. I thank the historical members who are here. Please, may you rise up for recognition. General Jim, General Tumukunde, Mama Amelia, Professor Kamuntu. Thank you for always sharing your experiences with the young people. Please keep it up. I congratulate you, the members of Parliament, for completing this retreat very well and being a very disciplined lot. We have conducted retreats, we have brought leaders to Changkwanzi, but this lot is exceptional. You have been extremely well behaved. The party will always work with you, and please find it important to contact the party whenever you feel there is need for the party to come in. We thank the school for providing us the environment within which we kept for a week. We thank the lecturer time and reach out to his family and reach out to him. I also recognize my sister, Ajat Namialo, the in charge of the chairman's office at Chambogo. Thank you for being around. Allow me now to take you through the resolutions. This resolution, which is the resolution of the retreat of the National Resistance Movement Members of Parliament elect, which was held between the 7th and 15th of April 2026. The resolutions is in 5 areas. The first part is looking at ideological and alignment, accountability, accountable leadership, and public service reforms. The second part of the resolution is looking at economy and socio-economic transformation. The third part of the resolution is looking at legislative oversight and public accountability. The fourth is looking at institutional alignment of government. And then the last part is talking about political mobilization and mass engagement. I need to thank the resolution subcommittee that was headed by Dr. Tanga Odoe for this wonderful work. Every time we would be listening to presenters and papers, may you stand up for recognition, those who are part of this committee, because you did a wonderful job. You would summarize every presentation, and every day we are getting points for resolutions. Now I read. Whereas we, members of Parliament elect of the National Resistance Movement and NRM Leaning Independent, gathered here in retreat at the National Leadership Institute, Nali, from the 7th April to the 15th April 2026. Whereas we convene under the theme, aligning the NRM leaders towards protecting the gains and making a qualitative leap to the higher middle income status, acknowledging the resounding victory of the NRM party and candidate His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in the just concluded 2026 presidential elections, while appreciating the role played by the gallant ranks and files of the party structures under the able stewardship of the Right Honorable Secretary General of the NRM and the members of the party secretariat. Having deliberated in a cordial manner under the guidance of the National Chairperson and President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who delivered the keynote address titled Understanding the NRM Revolution and Party Ideology. Having filed to Mabati, the fourth Further appreciative of the leadership of NALI for the robust ideological, physical, and military science training conducted in a conducive environment. We commend the strong performance of the Ugandan economy with a sustained growth projection of 7% as a firm foundation for achieving a qualitative leap to the US dollar 68.5 billion economy in the next financial year. We are highly and fully committed to our patriotic duty as national leaders, NRM cadres, Uganda patriots, and Pan-Africanists. Inspired and guided by the wisdom and leadership of the party national chairperson towards achieving prosperity, here therefore resolves as follows. 1. On ideological alignment, accountable leadership, and public service reforms. 1. We resolve to uphold the core principles of movement by institutionalizing a culture of discipline, ethical conduct, accountability, and result-oriented leadership aligned to the 2026-2031 NRM Manifesto. 2. To ensure that all leaders are ideologically grounded and act as custodians of the historical mission of the NRM, prioritizing national interests over personal gain. 3. To reject complacency and mediocrity in leadership and support firm and decisive measures in the fight against corruption across all levels of government. 4. To support the recruitment of competent permanent secretaries, under-secretaries, and other administrative staffs based on merit and opportunity. 7. To propose the signing of performance agreements, contracts across government where performance is measured to outcomes, as well as sanctions and rewards instituted where need be. 8. To improve interministerial engagement on pertinent issues to avoid unnecessary conflict that derail government performance. 9. To support the strengthening of existing anti-corruption agencies in coordinating the execution of their mandates. 10. To support the review of the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Assets Authority, the PPDA, to address procurement contradictions. Under subset 2, which is the economy and socioeconomic transformation, under policy, we resolve to formally adopt the National Development Plan 4 by ensuring that all our decisions align with its core objectives. B, to support policies that expand access to affordable credit, markets, and infrastructure for households and small medium enterprises, cooperatives, to enhance productivity and income. C, to recommend that the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, in conjunction with the Uganda Revenue Authority and other stakeholders, constitute a task force to evaluate and compile a comprehensive list of taxes imposed on raw materials for manufacturing, especially those not available in Uganda but sourced from neighboring countries, and report back to the national chairman within the shortest possible time. D, to fully support government's tenfold growth strategy and its goal to double the economy every 5 years. E, to embrace the East African principles of variable geometry anchored in Article 7.1e of the East African Community Treaty, to accelerate integration through flexible, viable speed initiatives, allowing willing partner states to advance joint projects while enabling others to voluntarily join at the later stage. On the economy, we resolve as follows: to commit to the aggressive implementation of the four-sector model. These are the commercial agriculture, manufacturing, services, and ICT, by eliminating structural bottlenecks and accelerating industrialization. B, to promote value addition, export orientation, and import substitution as key drivers of Uganda's transition to a higher middle-income economy. C, to support additional funding for parish development model, as well as ensure the inclusion of all parishes that had been excluded in a realization of a qualitative leap to a higher middle-income status. D, to support the implementation and functionality of the warehouse receipt system and common user approach for non-members in cooperatives and society facilities to enhance production, especially to reduce post-harvest losses. B, we resolve to fast-track the President's proposals of establishing a university in every zone to address the phenomenon of equitability in the higher education sector. On ICT, we resolve to support the lowering of internet major corridors, which will ease traffic congestion and modernize urban and semi-urban transportation. B, to support the collaboration between Kampala City technology in the Bugweri, Iganga, Mayuge, and Bujiri areas of Busoga, given the importance of rare earth minerals in the manufacturing of critical ICT products. On the sub-theme of legislative oversight and public accountability, we resolve as follows. 1, to align legislative actions with constitutional mandates while strengthening oversight to ensure effective service delivery and socio-economic transformation. 2, to enforce personal integrity, financial discipline, and accountability among members of parliament in order to safeguard public trust. 3, to ensure that government programs in agriculture, infrastructure, and industry, among others, translate into tangible improvement in household incomes and livelihoods. 4, to strengthen monitoring and evaluation frameworks for government programs to ensure efficiency, transparency, and impact at the grassroots level. Number 5, to include an extra pillar of anti-corruption to government's 10-fold growth strategy, which are agro-industrialization, mineral-based industrialization, tourism development, science, technology, and innovation, infrastructure expansion, human capital development, increased productivity, financial sector deepening, market expansion, effective governance, to read as follows. That is anti-corruption, to implementing policy reforms and actively enforcing anti-corruption measures to ensure efficient service delivery. So the members are saying we should add the anti-corruption struggle as one of the pillars to the 10-fold growth strategy plan. On institutional alignment and governance, the members are saying we resolve to strengthen alignment between the party, government institutions in the implementation of the NRM manifesto. This should be strengthened because we are talking of amending the Local Government Act to streamline our lower structures with the local government agencies. Number 2, we recommend to specifically empower the NRM party and government to have structured input in the appointment of key government accounting officers, including resident district commissioners, chief administrative officers, and permanent secretaries, given their critical role in service delivery and implementing the NRM manifesto. We need to be part of recommendation to who gets to those offices for appointment. We also agreed to consolidate ideological orientation and leadership development as a cornerstone of the movement through regular and structural programs, to convene annually in retreat to deepen our ideological understanding and adapt ourselves with issues of national importance, to prioritize government funding for the expansion of the National Leadership Institute, to enhance accommodation capacity, training infrastructure, and overall quality of leadership development programs. Your Excellency, the members agreed that government should increase funding to NALI so that they can expand the accommodation facilities that we have. We resolved to institutionalize continuous cadre development programs at national and regional levels to sustain ideological clarity and leadership competence. We reaffirm a zero-tolerance stand on corruption, inefficiency, and abuse of office in both political and public service. We resolve to support strengthened enforcement mechanisms, including administrative and legal sanctions against individuals undermining service delivery and public trust. We also resolve to promote a culture of performance, patriotism, and accountability across all levels of leadership and public administration. We resolve to strengthen anti-corruption agencies like the Inspectorate of Government and others that investigate corruption cases. On political mobilization and mass engagement, we resolve to strengthen grassroots mobilization and political education to deepen understanding of NRM ideology and programs among the population. We also resolve to ensure engagement with the youth, women, and special interest groups to ensure inclusive participation in wealth creation and national development activities in the socio-economic transformation of Uganda. Additional appreciation is extended to NALI for establishing a to provide transformative discipline and mission-oriented leadership that will protect the gains of the revolution and propel Uganda towards a higher middle-income status. I beg to move. Your Excellency, with your guidance, I don't know whether members can pass this or can pass with amendment.
The only clarification I want to make, officers, if you bring in political interference that we recommend, we do this, is that not part of the problem now? When these people who should be technical, we normally recycle politicians who have not succeeded here, we put them on the commission. I am guilty, I'm one of those guilty people, because I've been putting my politicians, like for instance in the commissions, public service commissions, I put them there. Education Service Commission, I put them there. People who have not performed, who have not done politics, you put natural because here was opposing with the politicians get involved in determining who should be a commissioner.
Your Excellency, what I wanted to propose as an amendment to what the Secretary General has said relates to the situation and the excellent President Secretary General of UDA urging parties to accelerate the process of federation. So my proposal was in conformity with the variable geometry enshrined in East African Community Treaty, in taking into account the excellent presentation by the Secretary General Hassan Omar Hassan of UDA, urging NRA to direct the two governments to accelerate the federation of the two countries in a republic I would call Ken-Uganda as a beginning, as an incentive for the rest to follow. This is a very important point because we are talking about regional integration, Mr. President, ever since you were young. And up to now, it seems to be elusive. We must come to a point where we say, if the two are willing, we federate, the rest will follow us. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
The professor's point is different from what the president is asking for. The president is making clarity on the issue of involving politics in the appointment of technical people in government. And the agreement seems to be, sir, that we don't need to be involved as politicians. They should be appointed on merit. And they should sign performance contract with the public service. Thank you. So, and that was what Nachobe recommended. So those on the resolutions, you have to remove the aspect of being recommended by politicians. And they also say they should be rotational. The aspect of rotation, I remember reading it somewhere. Your Excellency, with your guidance, I don't know if we can pick a few people to make some comments. Just let's be fair. Let's listen to these ones. You come. The two only. Then we put a question.
If you allow the two, why is not the 20? So I think if they have got a strong point, they put it in writing, then we can process it later. They write to you. If you have got an amendment, we accept the way they are now. With my amendment, because you remember I'm chairman. But the others, you put your proposals in writing, and then in the next meeting, when we meet next time, the Secretary General will report that when we are, so that we have time to think about it. Because here we are very many, here we cannot.
Thank you. May I put the question? May those in favor of the resolution of the NRM retreat, which started on the 7th and ended on the 15th of April, with all their proposed amendment, say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just a minute. Honorable Leon has an issue, but we can handle it after. It will stand. Don't mind. Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda is not ending tomorrow. Whatever issues we have, the president is still ours. He's still the president with the 11th parliament together. He's going to be the president with the 12th parliament. So what is the issue? As master of ceremony, I want now to invite the Right Honorable Secretary General to invite the Vice President to make few remarks and invite the President.
NRM Oye. I would like to invite Her Excellency the Vice President to invite the President to speak to us. But of all those who made presentations, we were so unfair to Her Excellency the Vice President that we did not read to you her CV, but we read the CVs of all other presenters. Major retired Dr. Alupo Jessica Rose Epel is the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda. She holds a PhD. She's a PhD student from Makerere University, holds an honorary doctorate from IU, and she also has another doctorate in science, honorary doctorate in science from Shenyang University in China. She has a master's degree in international relations from Makerere, a master's degree in management from UMI, a Bachelor of Arts, Political Science and Religious Studies, and she has very elaborate military credentials. She underwent officer cadet course in Jinja Military Academy, intake 5 of 1998-99. She also did a course in counterintelligence at the School of Military Intelligence and technical surveillance, also all from School of Military Intelligence. She is currently a member of parliament elect for Katakwi district, representing the women, and also a member of parliament in the 11th parliament. She was the Minister of Education, also a Minister of State for Youth and Children's Affairs. She was the Deputy Chairperson of Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Internal Affairs, a member of the Committee of Governance Assurance. She was a staff officer of the Chieftaincy of Military Intelligence and instructor in charge of female trainees. You were shouting in the morning.
Your Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the Right Honorable Richard Todwong, the Secretary General of NRM, the Honorable Hamson Obua, the Government Chief Whip, all SEC members in your respective capacities, colleagues, members of Parliament elect of the 12th Parliament, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. God is good and all the time. I'm going to say 1 or 2 points, then I invite His Excellency the President. I had planned by starting to introduce the ministers who are present here to His Excellency the President, but that will wait until His Excellency the President comes back. Your Excellency, you should demonstrate that the lunch we have had has done justice to us. Thank you. Your Excellency, I will make 1 or 2 comments and then I invite you to speak. Firstly, allow me on behalf of all the members of Parliament elect climate, production and productivity of our people uninterrupted, and unity across the country. Members, let's thank His Excellency the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Secondly, Your Excellency, I know that we have been taken through a number of presentations in Chankwansi, and therefore, I would like Your Excellency taken through a number of presentations in Chankwansi, and therefore, I would like Your Excellency to achieve the double-digit growth and the GDP of 500 billion US dollars in the near future. I would like Your Excellency, on behalf of all my colleagues, to state that we understand this responsibility very deeply and we shall commit to undertake our roles and responsibilities and seek guidance from you when the occasion demands. The very members of Parliament, Your Excellency, in front of you are the ones who are going to support the full monetization of the economy, interest as opposed to the discharge of our duties in the 12th Parliament. I call upon colleagues to always be mindful and remember the 4 principles of the NRM, which I will not enumerate here for obvious reasons. One of them is time. The same Parliament, Your Excellency, is going to support us in the industrialization program of the country. And we have also grasped this through the 1-week training, and we want to promise Your Excellency that we shall not let you down. Industrialization enhances job creation and wealth creation. And we do thank you very sincerely also for championing the job and wealth creation programs, which are meant to bring all the 33 households outside the money economy into the money, outside the money economy into the money economy. Indeed, we are very optimistic, Your Excellency, that we are going to live to the upper middle income status and beyond within the timeline of the 12th Parliament. Finally, Your Excellency, let me again thank my colleagues, members of Parliament, for a week-long interaction we have had in Chankwanzi, which are ending here in this ceremony this afternoon. Thank you very sincerely for the cooperation, for the teamwork, so that we can continue reminding ourselves about our objectives. Finally, Your Excellency, I had hoped to introduce the ministers who are here, but you had stepped out a bit. Let me now use this chance to introduce the ministers who are here to you, and indeed to all the members present here. The Right Honorable Robin Anabanja is physically present. The Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga has sent her apologies. She's out of the country on official duty. The Right Honorable Rukia Nakadama is present. When I mention your name, you stand up and salute His Excellency the President. The Honorable Dr. Chris Bariomuzi, Minister of ICT and National Guidance. Honorable Judith Nabakova Nalule, Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. Honorable General Jim Muhwezi, Minister in charge of Security. The Honorable Frank Tumwebaze, Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries. The Honorable Hamson Obua, the Government Chief Whip. The Honorable Hilary Onek, Minister in charge of Disaster Preparedness and Refugees. The Honorable Hajat Min Sakabanda, Minister in charge of KCCA. The Honorable Babalanda Babi, Minister in charge of Microfinance. Honorable Mtasingwa Diana, my Minister. Namuganza, Minister of State for Lands. Honorable Uda Oleru, Minister of State for Veteran Affairs. Honorable Esther Anyakun, Minister of State for Labor. Your Excellency, let me now take this singular honor and privilege to invite you to address us. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay, sit down, please. Her Excellency, the Vice President, and all the other leaders, and the members of the Vice President, and all the other leaders. So they had worked for days and attacked Masindi on the 20th